One of my favorite all-time Jay-Z lyrics is from the song Verses, where he says, "Your last song ain't better than my first song, your best song ain't better than my worst song." So with that in mind, let's introduce for the first time the MPH Bayer Hybrid V8, aka the BMW M Hybrid V8. RaceSim Studio for many years has created some of the best mods ever created for Assetto Corsa, and even when I don't agree with their choice of car, even when I don't agree with how the car handles, that car still belongs firmly in my top 5% of mods I own. They can hardly miss. This is the first homologated hybrid prototype we have from RaceSim Studio. We did get the ProTech, which was not homologated. That was based on the Porsche 919 Hybrid Evo. But this modern homologated hybrid prototype is usually the domain of virtual racing cars. So VRC has given us a bunch of modern prototypes, both hybrid and non-hybrid. And this is kind of a new area for RaceSim Studio. But as I say, even when I don't agree with their car choice, even when I don't agree necessarily with the direction RSS is going, I still love it. So it'll be interesting to see how this stacks up versus VRC. But what are we looking at here? Well, this is a BMW designed and Dallara built prototype. It's currently racing in the IMSA GTP class, but as of 2024, it's going to race in WEC. The power comes primarily from the twin turbo 4-liter V8 engine, but it also has hybrid power. So the combined power is somewhere around 670 horsepower. It's not the same level of unreal performance we saw in the top class of WEC formerly with the LMP1 class, but it is still going to rank among the fastest cars in your collection, undoubtedly. So I'm excited to drive this one. Let's go ahead and get on track. Alright, so here we are at Mugello on board the Bayer Hybrid V8 from RaceSim Studio. So right now all you're hearing is the internal combustion engine. I've got MGUK deploy completely off. So you can choose no deploy, build, low, medium, high, and full. So there's a bunch of different deployment modes. I don't know what is accurate, to be honest. I couldn't find much information on the car as far as selectable MGUK deploy in the IMSA series. I thought it would have been fixed, but perhaps not. But anyway, on board this Bayer Hybrid V8, we do have selectable deploy modes. So just getting some heat into the tires using the combustion engine only. And when I say only, it's 600 horsepower, and in a car that weighs around about 1,100 kilograms, you know, that 600 horsepower goes a long way, not to mention the wide stance, the, you know, high quality modern racing tires, and, you know, the low center of gravity and the aero treatments on this car. This is definitely a high performing car. Is it going to keep up with Formula One? Of course not, but, as far as prototypes go, this is a very, very fast one, and we should see that as we start to dial the deploy up. Lap times around Mugello should be somewhere in the 136, 137 range, depending on how well I'm able to hook up the corners. We shall see. So what are my initial driving impressions of this? Don't call me a BMW Hybrid M Hybrid V8. It's good so far. It's good so far. Admittedly, I'm coming off the virtual racing cars Formula Alpha 2023, and that one has just kind of left me dumbfounded by the level of detail. This one, you know, for RaceSim Studio, this is a pretty traditional feeling car. I thought it would be a little bit more exciting under acceleration and under braking. I'm not an iRacing guy, but from the people I've spoken to who drive this exact car, or actually the official version of this car in iRacing, they say what a lively car it is. So I'm surprised to see how, or feel rather, how sort of benign this car is. That's not to say it's a bad thing, but yeah, this one is more tame than I thought it might be. So yeah, it's just an interesting footnote, but yeah, the sort of stock feeling driving aside, I mean, it's RaceSim Studio. We know what to expect. The car looks absolutely gorgeous inside and out. The sound's excellent. Yeah, and then the quality of the force feedback just off the charts. And extreme levels of customization are possible in the pits, and you know, you can dial that setup how you like. It's really incredible top to bottom. So it is, as I say, what we've come to expect from the guys at Race Sim Studio. So I've got a little bit more deploy now. We'll start to push a bit, get some proper heat into the tires. A whole bunch of different tire compounds available on this Bayer as well. 7 gears. So we just ran a 139. This should be comfortably over that, under that rather. Should be down into the 137s, I would guess. Now that we have some hybrid deploy. The difference between low and high deploy, or low and full deploy, I mean, not as much as you might think. It's not as if, you know, you're going from build to quality mode in an F1 car or something like that. You'll probably save kind of 1 second on a course like this. It's not going to be massively impactful, truthfully. Whoa, there we go. Just after I got done saying that it's, you know, not a very lively car. Had to make some quick corrections on the wheel there. Glad I caught that. And yeah, really enjoying this car. As I say, I was kind of going into this anticipating that it would be very lively. Whoa, get back in line. Very lively, but it does, in most cases, feel pretty controllable, pretty simple to operate. So a little bit surprised by that. Not disappointed, just kind of surprised. So I actually really enjoy how this car feels. And the question of, does it keep up with the VRC prototypes in terms of quality, in terms of feel? Yep, definitely. Definitely. I expected no less from Race Sim Studio. You know, they don't do a lot of modern prototypes, but they did get the experience with the ProTech P91, and it seems like some lessons from that car have made it over to this Bayer hybrid, and yeah, feels really, really good. So the pace, I don't know where the pace is. It would be interesting to see. It feels a bit slower than the official hypercar we have from Glickenhaus. But I don't know. I haven't actually done a head-to-head test, but this feels a little bit slower. So I'll maybe try and squeeze in some testing head-to-head, see what actually comes of that. Whoa, 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 whoa. Missed that apex. The corner I took too fast last time, so I played it nice and safe there. So we will dial it up to high or full after this and put in a couple of laps. Yeah, it'll be interesting to see kind of what comes of this car for Race Sim Studio. Are they going to do more cars from the hypercar class, or you know, WEC, or are they going to do more IMSA cars? Time will tell. It'd be nice if we had something more to fill out the class, because right now it's just kind of floating. There's, you know, not much to race against from Race Sim Studio. This is why I love, or one of the many reasons that I loved the fact that they released that awesome Mercedes GT3 car, because it complemented the BMW and Lamborghini that they had already released. Helps fill out the class, helps you fill out a grid when you're racing. And yeah, it'd be nice to see the same thing for the IMSA or WEC class to go along with this BMW. Woo! There we go. A bit more lively now. Got that extra little bit of power. And you can feel it. That is the quality of Race Sim Studio. Those little changes you make, you can feel them right away. Physics second to none. You can feel that car getting pressed down into the track there. Lots of aero at work here. I think I've set my point of view exactly wrong, because I can't see how much hybrid we have left, or how much energy we have in the battery stores to deploy, rather. But we're up a full second here versus what we did with the low deploy. So I said you gain probably about a second at a track like this, and it looks like I'm going to be pretty much spot on with that prediction. Let's go 1 at full. I don't know if I have the battery stores to do this, but we'll do 1 lap at full, see if we can improve at all on this. Just about dead even with the previous lap. Up slightly here. I think it was just a better line through a corner though. I don't think it's the MGUK deploy making that difference. Around there, girl. Front tire's getting a little bit fatigued. You know what word I was going to use there. Would have been a terrible pun. Another word for fatigue, which happens to align with the rubber that wraps your wheels. Alright, across the finish line here, we are going to be down time. That's alright. Alright, so very cool car. As I say, I hope Race Sim Studio has plans to fill out the grid, give us more cars like this. Because right now this kind of feels like it's on an island, but no less amazing than anything else we get from Race Sim Studio. Extremely high quality mod. Well done to the team over there. Yeah, just time after time Race Sim Studio does deliver, and this one is no different. So let's hope we have some more cars to fill out a class with this very soon. But either way, it's a fun car, and yeah, very good. All right, thanks so much for watching. Enjoy the replay, and we'll see you next time.